Erin's pretty fit.
All right, guys, let's pop into this. We're going to show you tonight just a real simple presentation. We've personally been using this for quite a few years now, and it's working. It's working really, really well. So we put it into a opportunity for you, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to teach you is really, really simple. Right now, the online world is very, very loud, and we're going to show you how to make $1,000 in 7 to 10 days with 4 simple steps that absolutely anyone can follow, men and women. We made this so a 5th grader could literally follow each step. It'll take 10 to 15 hours total. We're gonna show you how to find your 10. We're gonna show you how to collect $1,000, and we're gonna show you how to do it in 4 simple steps. So a small group of us are locking arms this week to help 10 people make their first $1,000 using a simple system that actually makes sense. Now, quick disclaimer, this works, but it's not magic. The results that I've had and that you'll hear from others tonight, they come from doing the work. So there's no guarantees. This isn't a get rich quick. It is a really simple system that when followed can create some pretty incredible results. If you show up and move, you're gonna see progress. But if you don't, then you won't. So before we get into anything, I just want you to understand something. This is not another training. This isn't a course that I'm going to throw a bunch of information at you. You don't even need to take any notes. This is going to feel really, really different because it is different. So when I was 17 years old, I worked at Applebee's, and my job was really simple. I opened the front door. I smiled and I greeted people before they ever sat down. And what I didn't realize at the time is that I wasn't just opening up a door. I was actually setting the entire tone for their experience that night at the restaurant. So this is around the customer experience. And you can almost feel it in this image. Her energy says, I see you. I'm glad you're here. You matter before you ever spend a dollar. So I carried that into my entire career. I was a retail store manager for over 20 years. I took that online as a business in 2017. And I learned something that most people skip right over. And that's that people don't buy links. They buy because of how they feel when they interact with you. So I want you to picture this for a second. Someone walks through the front door. Which is your social media? It's a post, it's your profile, it's your DM. What do they feel? Do they feel welcomed? Do they feel acknowledged? Do they feel like they matter, like they're someone, they're important? Or do they feel ignored? Do they feel rushed? They're just another number. The seal actually starts at that first impression. So the experience starts with the invitation. It's the way you open the conversation. It's the slight smile before words are ever even spoken. It's eye contact. Yes, eye contact on a Zoom or on the camera. And it's body language that says, hey, you're welcome here. And most people skip that. They go straight to the link, straight to the pitch. Here's how you join. But they never open the door. And then you hear things like, it's not working, or my favorite, it's a scam. The money isn't made in the link. The money is made the moment someone feels seen. That person feels they get me, they can help. So the question isn't, what are you selling? The question is, what does it feel like when I walk into your store, when they walk into your store? So I think we can agree that there are no shortage of human beings right now. And every one of them, including my 12-year-old daughters, are online. I don't care if it's TikTok or X or LinkedIn or Snapchat or whatever. Someone's got a social account and they're using it not to be sold. They're using it because they're bored, or they might even be looking for something. But most of them are just trying to escape out of what they are currently doing, but they don't necessarily know what they want. I've personally built a business on Facebook and TikTok, and that's what we're going to talk about. But right now, if you've ever heard of QVC, we are in a world of QVC. People are showing up on social media for hours on end, hitting that live button and selling whatever it is that they want to sell. And you've probably seen them. You might have even joined those rooms. Now, if you're like me, you don't want to be live all the time. You actually want to make the influencer money and you want to go and live your life on your own terms. But we all have a store. Some stores are ignoring them. They're sending them straight to a link. They make them feel like a number. You can see it. People will have 3,000 followers and complain that they don't have enough followers, but if they were in a room of 3,000 people, they wouldn't know what to do. Then you've got other stores that acknowledge them. They have 150 customers and they know how to turn that into an income stream because they make people feel seen. They actually help out. Guess which store makes the money? So right now, people are skipping the front door. They're dropping links, they're copying scripts. They're actually trying to scale the business before they ever know how to talk to a person. And it feels really off. And sometimes it feels really, really gross. Now, this is not a funnel. It's not a complicated system. These are steps that you're going to take to create a real human connection because that's where the sale happens. And that's what actually creates customers. Now, this is where everything becomes really, really simple because there are 4 things that we do. We start conversations. We open the door first. We don't wait for someone to pop into our store. We're standing outside with a flyer. We're open. We're here to serve. Here's some samples. How can I help you? We acknowledge those people so that they feel seen. We guide them to a solution. We don't shove a link, and we support them. This is where the trust is built. It's not before the sale, it's after. Now, I've been doing this for 9 years on Facebook and about 4 on TikTok. I've built $10,000 months, $16,000 months. I've even had a $64,000 month, thanks to the gentleman you'll hear from in a little bit. And yes, I've used different vehicles, but I followed the same exact 60 minutes every single vehicle. And the really, really incredible thing is I get the pleasure of being a part of other people's stories and other people's lives, like Amy, who came into the system and got 5 leads from 1 post. Or Vondi, who lives about 40 miles. She comes over once a week. She's actually a passenger driver. She has 0 Wi-Fi and drives for a living. She's not on social media, but she was able to have a $300 day because she kept it really simple. Sherry was taking her mom to a cardiology appointment and had 2 sales. Jason had a $3,500 week. He's a full-time teacher and basketball coach. And my friend Nicole had a 4-figure day as a busy mom. We're just normal people. So the really cool thing is for doing the work that we're already doing anyway, we get rewarded trips. So I was able to go to Punta Cana. I didn't spend a dime. That's my best friend in the center with her husband. Literally where my feet are right there is a pool that was in my backyard. That is not a public pool. That was my pool because I got an upgrade to a private pool. I'm literally waiting for a flight because Bloody Marys are part of my religion when I go on a flight. I didn't spend a dime. I got an incredible experience and I was already going to do the work anyway. Now you're going to hear from Lauren in a little while, and this was because I was in Dallas and she lives up in Texas, so we got to spend the weekend together, and I met Lauren in a DM. This group at the table, I met them all in a DM. Down there, Chris, she comes to Arizona about 4 times a year, met her in a DM. This is me speaking, showing people how I have made money using Facebook. And the bottom picture on the left is Jody, and he was a little uncomfortable with the amount of money that we were talking about. He lives in LA. I flew to LA to assure him I am a normal human. We got things started, and he was a private client. So this is just from me being a store manager at 25 years old. And when I had my daughter at 35, I just didn't want to go to work. It wasn't that I was sick and tired and hated my life or any of that. I just didn't want to leave my daughter. So I took those skills as a retail store manager and really as someone who just likes customers, and I took them online. And all I do is tell my story. So I'm going to tell you guys exactly what to post and exactly what to say because people just want to hear your honest story. These are some income claims. That bottom video did very well because all I did was talk about how I paid off a truck early. The 2 images on the bottom are actually flipped just because that's how TikTok did it. But you can see right here where it said I'm 7 days in at 19,000 views. And then the other one, this is still a pinned post that I run ads to every single day because it just keeps working for me. Even though I don't use that vehicle, it still invites a conversation for me to invite them into another vehicle. And I don't know about you, but I think really people are craving right now is the connection. They actually want to be seen, they actually want to be helped, and they want something that feels really, really simple. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, like, I can do that, yeah, great, you totally can do that. Are you going to stay where you've been, or are you actually ready to move? So we're going to hear from Lauren right now. Lauren started out as a incubator client, and she's done some incredible things. But my favorite thing that I just want to boast about, because this is absolutely incredible. She's a #1 best-selling author, Amazon author. This is Times Square, you guys. This is a really, really big deal, because she said yes. She came into our community, and she attended every call, and she commented like she was in there just doing the do. I put out an invitation to work privately with a few people, and she was like, I'm all in, I'm doing it. And now you'll hear her story next.
Thank you. Yeah, so I got in touch with Jen because another friend used the 4 steps Jen's talking to you about to introduce me to the community. So she saw me on Facebook, she opened the door and said, "Hey, I see you're posting. Can I give you a couple pointers?" She welcomed me into the community, introduced me to Jen. So, same 4 steps a couple years ago brought me into the community. And after that, I just soaked up as much as I could. I started working with Jen one-on-one, and I realized I have my own business heart and business spirit in what I want to do. And Jen is amazing at selling time and money. And I was like, I want to do something a little different. So I took every skill she taught me and I built my own brand and my own business and my own name. And now I'm an Amazon best new release or new release bestseller. I've got a podcast. I've got private clients. I do all of that. And I came back to Jen and I was like, this is amazing. I literally have not done anything except the 4 steps you taught me, and my brand's exploding. And so now I am partnered up with her so that we can put it in a perfect little package for you, because it does work. It works if you're selling a low ticket, it works if you're selling a high ticket, it works regardless of the business. And we've proven that. So now I have 3 businesses and I use the same 4 steps every single day. So.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's get back into my share. Okay, so what we don't need right now is we really don't need more people posting. What we do need is more people who know how to open the door. So what we've created is called the 60-minute income system. When I got started, I was a mom of 2 in diapers. This had to be easy, and I was not interested in networking events and leaving my home because my daughters were so little. So I just took what literally worked for me and created 6 figures in my first year online, and I just basically wrote down what I did. It's a simple 4-step system to turn conversations into customers. It's the exact messages, so you actually never have to guess what to say. It's a 60-minute daily plan that's built for real life schedules. You can even do this in 4 15-minute increments of your day. It's how to start conversations without feeling awkward. It's how to guide people naturally. There is no pushing and there is no selling. And it works with or without showing your face. This is truly built for beginners or anyone that just wants to add an extra income system and they don't want it complicated. They don't want to overthink anything. So right now the system is free. We're not charging anyone for this. It will move up to $7. That's not like a weird marketing thing. Like, it is going to be $7. But right now, as we're kicking this off, we just wanted to give people the opportunity to test the system for themselves. If you don't have the system yet, don't worry about that. Just get with the person that invited you into the call and say, hey, I want this free system. They'll get it over to you. Now, what we have is the activator. So you've got the system, and that's free, and that's like the car. But if you don't have gas in the car's not going anywhere. And that's what the gas is. The gas is that's what the activator is. The activator is what puts you into motion. So this is daily direction, so you always know what you're doing next. And this is real-time support while you're actually taking action. It's simple steps applied daily. This is not you're gonna save for later and maybe come back to it. And this is a space where people are moving. You're not sitting in a group of people watching. They are moving. There's momentum, there's consistency, there's actual customer creation every single day. Now, the 60-minute system shows you what to do, and the activator is where you actually do it. It's kind of like you can read a book on how to play basketball, or you can grab the ball and go play basketball. So the activator is where you're going to grab the ball and you're going to go play basketball in a really safe manner. So we've got the system created for you. We showed you where the people are, and you're going to put 60 minutes on the clock. Now we're going to do some really, really simple math. If you were to get one sale, it's $22.50. Not necessarily life-changing money. But if you get a sale a day, you're at $675. And I know people door dashing and doing all kinds of crazy weird side hustles away from their family, where you can do this around 60 minutes a day outside if you want to. And if you're doing 2 sales per day, you're at $1,350. That's really life-changing money for a lot of families right now that are struggling to pay for Doritos and gas. And it's not because it's complicated, it's because it's really, really simple. So let me show you how simple this actually is. You don't need hundreds of people, and you don't need to go viral, and you don't need a huge audience. If you were to bring 2 to 3 people a week, they're going to follow the same system that you're literally following right now. They're going to sit in the virtual chair that you're sitting in. And that's how this builds, 2 to 3 people at a time per week with a consistent message. And yes, it's $25 a month, not because it's complicated, and clearly it's not about money. It's because when people put something on the line, they will actually show up and move. And this is a long-term engine. We're not looking for someone looking for the next shiny squirrel. This is not a shiny squirrel. I've been here for 9 years on this platform using the same system. We want you to get in, we want you to get moving, we want you to get your first customers, and then when the system runs, you add another income stream. So once you can create systems, you've opened your front door. It's $7, it's free for right now. You've got a 60-minute system, you've got an engine. And when people come through that engine and you show them how to make their first 100, their first 1,000, they're gonna look for more systems. This works with affiliate marketing. This works with digital products. This works with product-based businesses. This works with high ticket, including real estate investing. I'll talk about that. And this works for coaching. So this is actually my first year online right there, 2017. I had a $20,000 month because I used this system for real estate investing. That book in the center, I'm a published author because of the relationships following the 60-minute system. And these are just different awards that I've had through different companies that I've been able to be a part of as I'm adding other systems past the 60 minutes. So the system is important, but most people will stop there. They'll watch it, they'll understand it, and then they'll go back to overthinking. So what do I post? I've been answering this question, what do I say and what do I post? And here's the truth. You're gonna post your honest story. These are me and my kids. I'm a single mom. I've got 3 kids, and I just post around my life. And oh, by the way, I do this around 60 minutes a day. We can afford Disneyland. We can afford the beach. Right, here's some videos that have done very well. But if you watch them and follow on my TikTok and my Facebook, I'm constantly telling a story, and people get emotionally involved in where I'm going. Now, people follow me because they know where I'm going. Okay, they currently know I'm going after a 5-bedroom house. They're invested in that emotionally. Some people will come in and buy and support you, and some people will say, hey, while you want your 5-bedroom house, I would like to get a new car. I would like to take a new trip. I would like to pay for my daughter's braces, also on the bucket list. So what you post is what you're going through. It's what you're figuring out. It's what's working and not working, and it's what you're deciding. So let me make this really real for you. If you had 10 conversations, you're gonna help 2 to 3 people. And really, beside the word help, I just wanna replace that with the word guide. You're here to guide people to make a decision that's both beneficial for you as well as them. This is a transactional business. It's not about you getting a sale. It's about you creating a transaction that's beneficial for both parties. You obviously have the transaction for guiding them, and they're gonna have a positive experience because you are guiding them to the decision that they've been wanting, which is an extra $100 to $1,000. That's how your first 1,000 starts. Not someday and not when you figure it out, but you could actually get it done this week. We're locking arms with 10 people, not 100 and not everyone. We want 10 people who are done overthinking, who are actually ready to move. Now, the system right now is free. Get with the person who invited you, tell them you want the free system, download it and read it. It's a quick read. It will be going up to $7. When it's $7, by the way, if you come in and get the system today, and hypothetically it's not going to happen, but hypothetically tomorrow we were to up it to 7, you could automatically start selling it for 7 even though you didn't pay for it. There is an opportunity for you to not pay any money and turn around and start to make money. Now, we do have the activator, and that's $25 a month. And we also are creating everything that you need. That's why there's a monthly charge, because we're going to give you everything every single month. But that's not what matters. What matters is, do you want your first 1K or not? That's the question. Do you want your first 1K? Do you want it to be really, really simple? Do you want it to be fun? We're a group of fun people. And do you want to get it this week or in the next 2 weeks? If you don't take anything else away from this, your job is not to post. It's to create a customer experience. So I'm going to do something. We didn't know he was going to be on tonight, but this is my friend and business partner, Kevin Fulkerson. When I got started in 2017, I was selling an extremely high real estate, high ticket $20,000 product. And all of my customers came from Facebook. Kevin and I met in that partnership around, I think maybe 2019, 2018, I think. Kevin's a 7-figure general contractor, engineer, all the things. He contracted with me on my home and we split equity on the back end. It was a phenomenal transaction and we've been partnering ever since. Obviously, COVID happened and real estate kind of came to a halt for some of us who were doing that, and we're stepping back into it now. So why would a 7-figure real estate investor come over here on a silly little $25 product? I don't know. Let's ask him.
Well, it's not just a $25 project. If you or product, if you look at it like that, then I think that's the wrong view. The thought is, how many people can I help get out of situations they're not happy in? Most of us are trained when we're little, oh, you'll never be able to do that, or just no, just go get a good job and retire. And our dreams get crushed. But when you learn how to dream again, so for me, it's not all about money, but money does help a lot of people. When you think about people in third world countries, there's missions to support. $1,000 donation helps a woman in an African village develop a whole business. And I've seen the videos on that. I have friends that go down there and do ministry work. So that's one area. How many people do you know that just extra $100 a month? My daughter right now, it's tough. Her husband doesn't make a lot. She hadn't been able to find a job. And so just anybody who really needs that help. But then you think, okay, people say, well, I don't know anybody. You don't have to know anybody with this system. You don't have to be eloquent. You don't have to have new cars and stand in front of a jet. Just be yourself. Everybody has a story. I never used to think I had a story till I started talking. People say, well, tell us about your life. I got a lot of stories and I could go on for a long time. But the main thing is everybody has a story, but do you care about people? Because they'll feel that. When you get on these calls and you don't even have to speak, but we care about people. I wouldn't be here if it was just, about the money, because there's a lot more money in construction. But there is something too about being able to help somebody build a business, and that you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. 25 a month isn't going to kill anybody. But if you really just go out there and if somebody says, well, tell us about it, just can you get on the call? I'm not real eloquent. I'd rather have you, get the information up front. That's all you got to do. And if somebody doesn't want to get on there, that's nothing against you. That says more about them. It's not about you. They don't have the desire to really. There's a lot of people say, oh, I wish I had money, or they go play the lottery, but they won't step out and spend 25 a month or get on the computer and send out, a couple posts that we provide for you. So for me, it's really truly about helping people get ahead and showing people you can do whatever you want. And if you don't think you can, look up this guy on YouTube, Nick Vujicic. And if you can watch one of his videos without crying, no legs, no arms, and yet he speaks all over the world. Got a wife with 3 kids. So if he can do that, you can post a few videos.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for being on the call tonight. So we're going to open it up at this point for Q&A.